So when you got to LA, have you had to work any odd jobs since moving here? I mean, obviously, when you were living at home in San Francisco, you probably didn't work anything other than acting. Have you worked any like waitressing jobs in LA or anything, or have you just been steadily working as an actor?
I've never been a waiter. I did bartend in San Francisco for a minute.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
But you said a minute, so that obviously means short-lived.
Well, I did that, and then also there's a festival that they have there called Outside Lands.
Yep.
And they have a comedy tent.
Yep.
And I lucked out and was assigned that tent to bartend in. I mean,
like a
in
weekend.
bartending, it's like not a good thing because you make the least money out of anybody. But as an actor, I loved it, and I went back and did that for I think 2 years or 3 years.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
But like a steady day job, you haven't had anything like that. Or have you? I don't know.
Once I moved here, let's see. I did do well with commercials, so I was sustaining myself fairly well for a while when I first moved here, which was amazing. Such a gift. But also, I actually realized I needed a little bit more of a fire under my ass. So I was dog walking for a while.
Oh, cool.
That was fun. I'm trying to think.
Pre-wag?
I feel like I had other jobs. It was a different app. It's called Sitter for Paws.
Oh, funny.
I found out about it through someone who was in Connor's acting class, actually.
Oh, cool.
And I did that for a minute. And that's actually when I started working with this manager. And suddenly I was like, oh, I'm going out so much. I can't work a consistent job.
Right.
And then luckily, when I worked with that manager and started going out a lot, I started booking. So
that's beautiful.
That's been fortunate. But it's nice to have something else.
That's why I mentioned rituals at the top.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been thinking of like, what could I do in a podcast, or like, what can I create, or like, do nonprofit wise that would keep me, grounded amongst all of the many auditions that just float away.
That you have to let float away.
Yes.
Otherwise, you obsess.
You have
Podcasts are good because it is a ritual. Like this is my ritual. I put this out every Monday, and
every Monday.
Yeah, and I have to do it, and I have to edit it, and I have to post it, and
it's
edit the
something
website.
that you. I guess it goes back to the control thing, but it's something that you have sort of power over and control over. Like,
oh yeah,
like when you're on a.
That's why I didn't want to partner when I first started podcast.
Totally, and that makes sense because you were figuring out too, probably like what direction you really wanted it to go. Some people on set, I will not name names, but I've talked to certain people who talk about being on a show like it is golden handcuffs, because it's this phenomenal experience. It's like you're so fortunate to finally be like getting that money and like doing a job regularly, but they also have control over your life in a lot of ways.
Right.
Over your schedule, your day to day. You have to wake up at 5 a.m. and there's nothing you can say about
it.
Right. And a lot of us actors have chosen to do this because like we can play different characters and we can like, experiment and do all this stuff. But it's like, it's very regimented. It's sort of the 9 to 5 of acting.
It's so funny. I did just have this conversation recently.
Oh yeah?
That's I would much rather do that though. To me, I would much rather have a 9 to 5 sitcom job, 9 to 5 quote sitcom job, than do 3 months of a movie location and then not do anything for a couple months.
Well, and that's just the thing about like the way different people are in places in their lives. Because some people are like, oh God, I would just love to get a series regular. And then some people starting out are like, no, I want to like try everything.
Be everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. And then suddenly they're like married with kids and they're like, no, I need a series regular. Like this has to happen. Like get us more seasons, and it's just so many different mentalities about it. But even if you're doing that, you still have no control over like whether they write you as well.
Right.
That not as well, but like as much, know, and like you or maybe write you off, or maybe it gets canceled when nobody expected it, and it's really nice to have something going on in your life that you have. I hate the words power and control, but that you're doing for you or for some other community that's disassociated with the thing that you're doing, or maybe they're associated, but like. I don't know, whether it's a nonprofit or a podcast or you're like writing your own short films. I try to tell everyone that because wherever you go, there you are, and they get to tell you what to do. Your bosses, of which you have many, and it's not as like free and fun as it seems. I mean, you hear the stories like, oh yeah, we like tried to like make tin cans across our apartments, and like that's just a slice of it. That's a small slice. We also like wore bikinis and stood in 20-degree weather and like on heels for 10 hours and just like
Shit yourself.
it's just yes, I had to shit myself on television, and I had no say in it.